let me go back to your first principle. And you're saying we have to make friends with liberals.
Right.
How do you do that?
Well, the most important thing that I found is having liberals have to rationalize their decisions to you. So there's a difference between me going up to someone who is a liberal who thinks that conservatives are wrong because of the media, but they believe in liberal values, and you have to convince them to tell them their ideals to you. You can't tell them what to think. You have to teach them how to think and how to actually communicate that. Once they're able to figure these things out for themselves and actually communicate with you, then they're much more likely to have an open mind and think for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so how do you do that? You just did that with that girl. Now, it was a short period of time, and she immediately saw, oh my gosh, you're a monster.
Right. And so I do this with my videos a lot where I go out on the street and I'm interviewing people, and I'm able to do a great job by keeping a level head and staying calm with the people I talk to. And you find that a lot of, like, okay, another example, I was in an Uber a little while ago, right? And I meet this woman, I'm in a suit, I look nice, and she asked me, she says, oh, what do? You look very nice. I'm like, oh, I'm a political personality. And she's like, oh, that's so great that we have young people who are out there getting Trump out of office. Thank you so much. And I'm like, oh, yeah, definitely. Right. But we start talking. I usually don't talk politics with Uber, but we talk for a little bit. She was against affirmative action. She was against the welfare state. She wanted fathers in the home. She was against putting transgender bathrooms in elementary schools. It was like all these different things she talked about were conservative liberal values. Right. And it's like, at the end of the conversation, I was able to convince her that those same things are what conservatives stand on. And like, they just don't realize that. I believe that you're born a conservative, you're born having liberal values, and you have to be taught to be a leftist or taught to think that conservatives are bad. So making people rationalize their own viewpoints and realizing that that is a conservative viewpoint, that is a liberal viewpoint. You have to make them realize that, tell them that's really that side of the spectrum.
This is what the left has done with the black community, though, as well.
Right.
I mean, if you talk to the black community, their values are conservative.
Yes, very much so.
They're conservative. They've just been convinced that, no, the Republicans are bad.
Right.